With it right here with who I started with me, something like I'm Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, H-Uno Central Coast mob and suicide. Always arsonist. I step in the booth and cast. I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music. I work hard at this.
That's right, live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street, mi beautiful linda raza. All I ask is hit that like, hit that subscribe, and then go ahead and hit the bell. And when you hit the bell, you got to hit the all button. That way you're notified every time that we go live. Like yesterday. Yesterday we went live and we had a guest in the studio. Want to give a shout out to him. Shout out to Norbee's Cabron for making the trek, making the journey up to Central California. And it was a good one. It was an epic one. I didn't know we went 3 hours. I didn't know it went 3 hours. You know what I wish? I wish I would have got a 12er of Bohemia. That's one of my favorite beers. Instead of I got a 6 and another 6 of Modelo. But we're gonna talk about it right now because we got to talk about something. We need content, and the debate, the great debate, has been rehashed. And of course, I always want to get the engagement of the raza, which is you guys in the comment section. So I want you guys to drop a comment and tell me what you think on this. Pretty much one of the initial topics that I started when I kicked off Chicano Tube. That's right. Let's go, Raza. Hit that like. That's right. Sell a boy 3-1. That's right, my boy. Joe Bob. Eyekon ain't even Mexican. Where's the proof, cabron? Where's the proof? How do you know? What's his name? Is it Jim Bellflower or something like that? I don't know because we've been finding out Franklin Holidays, the David Vaughns, the Leonard Vidaris. These are individuals that portray themselves. These are the worst kind of culture vultures. People say, "Oh, Adam 22, he's the worst one." Vlad TV, yeah, but they ain't acting like Raza. They ain't telling anyone that they're Raza. But these other cabrones lied to the people. It got discovered, and they still have no shame in their game and will put their fucking face on a video after the internet found out they weren't even Mexican. Again, that's a side topic. We're talking about culture vultures. We're not going to talk about that during this video, but let's rehash this shit. Here we go. I ended up rebranding the channel from the Salinas Report. That was cool. Got the first 4 or 5K from Salas. Shout out to everyone from Salinas. Shout out to the 831. That's my stomping grounds. It'll always be home, no matter what the internet says, because the internet makes it to be a dangerous place. And if you pull up over here, your head gets knocked off your shoulders. And it could be that, but and it is just the fact that I'm a native, and all my life I'm just used to it. Used to maneuvering and moving the way you got to move when you're from out here. But anyways, let's go back to the original topic, initial topic, when we rebranded it over to Chicano Tube. We came over to Chicano Tube. I made it very clear, and this ruffled a lot of feathers on the internet, but I made it very clear what the definition of Chicano is. Okay, I'm not Webster, I'm not a thesaurus, but I'm a Chicano. And that I'm not confused about. I don't need anyone to convince me that I'm a Chicano. Just like I don't need anyone to try to convince me that I'm a Mexicano, I'm Mexican, or anyone to convince me that I'm also American. But we're talking bloodlines. We're talking bloodlines. So LA Icon hit the couch with Negra, and they were talking about the word Latinos, Raza. They were talking about, especially the word Raza. That one came up. So you had Negra chime in. You had Negra chime in there and says, well, they're all Raza. They're Central Americans are raza, they're brown, Cubans are raza, Puerto Ricans are raza, etc., etc. She went on down the road. And I believe Negra is coming from a standpoint of inclusivity. Let's include everyone. Everyone is raza. Everyone is raza, right? Well, unfortunately, they're not. And again, I'm not gonna. This is not one of those things that I don't want people to get it twisted. I don't get hung up on this, or I don't try to belittle people, or I'm not trying to put down any other gente. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. That would be counterproductive of what we're trying to do on Chicano too. Here on Chicano Tube, we're just this is a Raza platform. First off, Raza meaning Mexican, Chicano, Mexican American. I'll break that down a little bit. This is a Raza platform, and if here we spread positivity, we've definitely spread change. Because a lot of people see me, they don't know the story, and they think I just grew up with a silver spoon. Well, if you want those stories, then go over to the members only. But anyways, I'm digressing. So Negra said everyone's Raza. And then LA Icon, for some reason, I don't know why, LA Icon said, well, let's call American Cholo. I don't think he speaks. Does LA Icon speak Spanish? I don't think he speaks Spanish. If he doesn't speak Spanish, you heard what I said the other day, cabrones. No se agüiten, okay? And what was that? And that was a Chicano that doesn't speak Spanish is like a middle of the mall chain fake. All right. Anyways, um, I don't know if he speaks Spanish or not, but he said, let's call American Cholo. Let's. That was my best impersonation of LA Icon. Let's call American Cholo. I'm not knocking him. More power to him, man. He's built a brand. He's obviously made it to a point where he's making his chippers off the internet. Kudos, my man. Anyone that's an entrepreneur, kudos to you. All right, but anyways, all right, here. So he said, let's call American Cholo. First off, you're calling the wrong one because American Cholo, the way he believes, let's call him what it is, Alvin. Let's call Alvin, okay? Alvin, what he believes is anyone can be Chicano. So if Alvin believes anyone can be Chicano, he's just gonna misinterpret everything because he's coming off the wrong premise already. He's wrong. And if you're wrong from jump, it don't matter how much more you want to deep dive into it or break it down or divulge, or you're going to have it wrong as you continue down the road because your foundation is wrong. Okay. So, anyways, let's call American Cholo. Who made American Cholo the judge and the jury on who's Raza? When, in matter of fact, he's not Raza. Oh, here we go. Here's what people get their panties in a bunch on. People are trying to reinvent, label the original Raza movement from the 1950s and 60s and 70s. That's what they're trying to do. What a slap in the face to the fathers of that movement. What a slap in the face to everyone that struggled and toiled for that movement. And again, gente, this is not a, if you aren't this, we reject you. If you aren't that, this is not that. I was actually more happy to see Alvin, start his little, he's going to do his little, rent a elementary school and hold these little meetings for politics. I was glad that he actually labeled it the right thing, Latino. Now, some people will say, well, Latino, well, everyone that speaks Spanish is Latino because they could, well, I'm not, these pinchy labels on a can, I'm not too swayed by them, man. But again, let's call American Cholo. That's right. Gracias for the super chat. That's right. Don Putañero. ¿Qué hubo, perritos? I'm new to the canal. Let's say I agreed at mil with Chicano Tube. I'm tired of these babosos always trying to put down our gente on the internet. We look like clowns. Ya bájanse los pinches huevos. We look like clowns, bro. We look like clowns. But I mean, however they build their channels, cabron, if they just want to interview tough guys, dudes all tatted up and misguiding the kids, whatever, Raza is going to be Raza. There's not too many Chicano channels out there. There's Tony A. We got Tony. Shout out to Rhodium Radio. We had Norbee's on the channel yesterday. We have Marvelous Minds. We have Pocho. So we have great channels out there. But then there's the rest of the cabrones, right? There's the rest. So what Chicano Tube is aiming, and gracias for the super chat, cabron. What Chicano Tube is aiming is to be that platform. It's not LA Icon. I'm sorry, Despensa, cabron, but you got it wrong. It wasn't, it shouldn't have been, let's call American Cholo. It shouldn't have been that, cabron. It should have been, you know what? Let's call Chicano Tube. Because if we call Chicano Tube, he's going to tell you exactly what it is. But anyway, hey, Putañero, I appreciate you, my boy. That's right, man. That's right. I appreciate you. So anyway, let's keep going down this road, cabron. Mike's World's in the casa. That's right, cabron. That's right. I see you. HCB Chemistry is in the house. That's right. Bag Life, Mike. I appreciate you. No cap. We don't cap here, cabron. We don't cap. We don't make shit up. This ain't. We don't do no stage internet beefs. None of that shit. And we definitely don't try to mislabel things like this is what happened. This is what happened. Latinos is everyone. Well, I mean, I get where you're coming from, and anyone can put their own interpretation on it. Hey, free country, you do you. To me, I don't even like the word Hispanic. I don't even like that word Hispanic applied to Mexican Americans. I don't like the word Latino applied to Mexican Americans. I wish when we voted or had to categorize ourselves on paper, there's a fucking Mexican box. Put a Mexican box, put a Mexican American box, put something, right? Maybe they can't put Chicano because maybe they don't want to identify it as a nationality because it's not. It definitely is a culture. And I said this before, just don't get it twisted and put the Cholo culture the same as the Chicano culture. It's not. Now, people were arguing with me in the comments, right? They were like, well, the Cholos came out of the Chicano movement. Most of the Cholos are Chicanos. Yeah, but it's different. You're talking about a movement, a culture of a people that were born in a country, and they were stuck in between two different countries, and that's why I have the Chicano flag that's on the store. Pretty soon, I'm gonna add the Chicano flag to the merch store, and then I'm gonna blast it because too many. I've already sent out 6 to 8 of them. You guys been asking me for the flags. I think I'm just gonna put on the store, cabrones, and say, you know what, have at it. If you want to order it, boom. It's the same one that was on the studio last night with Norbee, the Chicano flag. I don't think I could trademark that thing though because I think it's already been done as a visual trademark. But I might try. I don't know. It's 350 each pinchy trademark. It takes 6 months, 6 months to a year to get the shit finalized. But anyways, that's right, cabron. I appreciate you. That's right, Artie Marin, one of the generals of the YouTube yada that just walked in right now. I appreciate you. Corcodor Security says, not everyone can be Chicano. Mikey, question. My parents' generation, 60 to 70s. Okay, so they're young, cabron. They're young. Didn't speak Spanish in public. Thankfully, speak Spanish. What about some of the peers that never learned Chicano? Well, unfortunately, cabron, there's a lot of gente that didn't teach their kids Spanish because back in those days, even earlier than them, cabron, 30 years earlier than your parents, it was looked down on by los Americanos to speak Spanish in this country. And I'm not sure, but maybe I could ask like Wayward Son or other people a little bit from another generation. But maybe they were even getting persecuted in the schools for speaking Spanish. Some people want to get deep. That's not our language, and they want to go back 1,000 years. Cálmase. Let's talk modern day. Okay, let's not talk 1,000 years. Or there's some of these cabrones on the internet that say they want to go back to the temple days and fucking sacrifice people, and that would have been the way to go. But cálmase. It's called evolution. All right. But anyway, what about some of their peers that never learned Chicano? Well, they're Chicano by blood. They're Chicano. O sea, Chicanos having children continue Chicanismo. That's how it is, right? First generation Mexican American. Okay, I'm here. But then I married a first generation Mexican American. So immediately our children are Chicanos. You see what I'm saying? And if they kept it within that line, then it keeps going down the line. Cool. That's just it. That's by the definition. That's by the book. That's by the definition. But LA Icon saying, let's call American Cholo and see what he says. Well, he's going to give you a Honduran perspective. And I'm not knocking any Honduran. He's going to give you a Honduran perspective. Now, Alvin will say, well, I grew up and I ate bullets and I did. I went to juvenile hall. He went to juvenile hall like 3-4 times. That's his legacy, I guess. His tough guy legacy is that he went to juvenile hall 3-4 times. Um, He was almost 20 years old, around 14-year-olds. But anyways, LA Icon, you called the wrong one, cabron. But again, our table, we pretty much have made our own table on YouTube, and I'm not knocking anyone. I'm willing to put more seats to this table for anyone that wants to have a seat at it. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I walk on water, but I believe I'm like, what is it called? I'm the cultivation of a pinchy vision our foreparents had. Get a Chicano coming to the U.S. No, we're not gonna shit on this pinchy country. This is the country that gave us opportunities that my parents almost died to come. They almost died getting into this pinchy country. So how would it be if I just shitted on this country? You see what I'm saying? That's one perspective. So again, I'm not perfect, but we got our own table, cabrones. We don't need anyone else's table. Chale con that one. Don Cheto, is that you? That's right, Blue Ninja. I appreciate you, cabron. I told you I'd be fishing. Mike Salud with the Thizzler Awards. They're playing it right now. Thizzler Awards. Okay, yeah, let's talk about that real quick before we get back to LA Icon and Negra. Rehashing an old argument that I've already done sealed, wrapped up. It got people hurt. Maybe it offended some people. And other people were giving me their opinions. They're like, Mikey, yeah, I'm Salvadoran. I'm something like that. We always kicked it with Mexicans. And it's true, we never asked you Mexican or not. Nah, we never asked that shit. But the definitions are the definitions. The raza is Mexican. The raza is Latino. You could use that and put whoever you want in that group. Put whoever you want to be as a Latino. But Chicano, no, 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 no. Uh-uh. It ain't that easy. It won't be that easy. As long as I'm here, it won't be that easy because we got these cabrones, pinchy culture vultures. They're trying to act like Raza and they're sucking money out of the Raza. They're like leeches. They're sucking money out of the Raza and they're coming off like Raza. And you wonder why I get tit-fitty. Pinchy palabra. Tit-fitty. You wonder why I get tit-fitty about David Vaughn and Franklin Holiday and all this other stuff. Well, they're embraced. They're willing to sacrifice themselves. Da, da, da. That's all that street shit. Leave the street shit to the streets. Leave YouTube to YouTube. Leave behind the walls to behind the walls. When any of those things mix, it's confusion. That's right, baby love. I appreciate you, baby love substance. That's right. Iron Fist the Cuffs returned. He said, Salas. That's right. Returned. He said, Órale, where'd you go, cabron? That's right, cabron. I see you. I see you. Norbees was feeding me. Oh, I appreciate you. Hey, Norbees, man, we could have went live about an hour or two before then because the conversation it was a good one. So it's always a good conversation with Norbees. And Norbees, of course, he brings haters. Norbees, Pinchy Norbees. He brings the haters. He's been commenting in there. He talked about how Alvin basically sucker punched him, ripped his shirt, and ran back in the building. That's what he said. I said, damn, he did a Hulk Hogan? I think he wanted to see your chest. I don't know. It's kind of suspect. Well, what do you think? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man, I'm having too much fun with you too. Chicano Lifestyle Bay Area. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you right there off the pier. That's right, cabron. Again, LA Icon and Negra. No disrespect, no disrespect. But you're gonna call a Central American and ask him to be the judge and jury and the final authority on who is Raza or who is Chicano, it's not even in his blood. I mean, it would have been the same thing, LA Icon, no disrespect. It would have been the same thing as well. Let me call, what's that one cabron that they were all going after? Uh, um, Even Alvin debate Tariq Nasheed. Well, let me call Tariq Nasheed. It would have been the same thing. Don't get mad at me. I'm not trying to start no shit. But if anyone wants anything, well, 285 East Dallasau. We got the gym. It's a 20 by 20 pro competition ring. We can get in there and get it all out of our systems. Cholo Juan stepped up to the plate. I wish the hater world would have stepped up to the plate because Cholo Juan wanted to run the fade. I sent the contract, but again, they did it for views. Now, it was ridiculous. I watched a little bit of the interview when the hater world says we need 1,000 shirts, and Cholo Juan's like, cool, we can do that. And Cholo Juan's like, hey, well, let's do them for $50. And the hater world goes, no, we're selling for 100, my boy. $100? Who the hell is gonna spend $100? You will if you see the value in it. Let's not get that twisted. But who the hell in the pinchy Biden's economy is gonna spend $100 for a T-shirt? That doesn't even make sense. That was far fetched. That's how you know it wasn't gonna happen. And then he hasn't even talked about it yet. Cholo Juan should ride that wave and should set up the face. So Cholo Juan, I got an August date wide open for you, my boy. Wide open for you. If you want it, let me know. If you want me to contact the snowman, I will contact the snowman. What bugs me sometimes, and it is what it is, people are limiting their bags. They're limiting how much money they want to make, they can make. I get it. When I talk to individuals and be like, I wish I could, but, and the after the but is street shit. The after the but is gang shit. And you wonder why Chicano rappers can't go nowhere outside of California or Arizona or the lowrider tours. They can't blow up is because they're more loyal to the streets than they are to succeeding. That's a damn shame. But I get the ideology. The 20 years of my life, eat, sleeping, and breathing. Don't get that twisted. Mike Swirl says Latino is actually anyone from Latin America or between North and South America. That's Latin America on the old maps. That's that definition. That's very technical. That's that definition. But then Latin American country, who has authority to put that label on a continent? This is a Latin American country. The whole world didn't speak Spanish, right? Spain was a force. The whole world didn't speak Latin. It was huge. I'm sure it covered a lot of the globe, but not the whole world. But again, it's a different definition, cabron. Corco Road Security. That's right, my boy. Hispanic and Latinx can fuck. Stay away. I mean, chichi, way. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? They're trying to change all the work that Cesar Chavez did. They're trying to change all of the movements of the Chicano movement that happened in I think it was the 70s in East LA. They're trying to change all these things so somehow it helps their ego or it helps their self-esteem. Or you know what? These cabrones have identity issues. That's what it is. If you're 100% from Honduras and you have a problem that 100% Honduran blood runs through your vein, that's your problem. That's your problem. That is not Raza. That is not Chicano. Again, I'm not hanging off a cliff on this. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm being technical with it. This is the initial conversation we had on Chicano Tube when we started the channel. My whole thing with Alvin was I'm gonna tell you, it was a year ago. I think I've already told this story. No, it was like 2 years ago. I did a video. He didn't like it. He commented like 60 times on the video. 60 times. Now, it was warranted, it was merited because it was a video directed at him. So I'm not going to say he's trying to, come out of pocket. He had the right to comment 60 times. He commented 60 times. You know how many times I commented, and a lot of people don't even remember this because I deleted the video. When people say, he's on this level, you're not on that. Okay, that, he would never engage with me. He commented 60 times because I said, the vibes I get from this character is 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I've seen characters like that here in Salinas, and they blast them all over the newspapers because they're saying that next thing you know, they'll show a music video of him with the bandana on. And they'll do that at a council meeting and they will clown the shit out of you, embarrass you, and you will have no career. You'll probably just basically have to pack up and move out of the area. And then in the end, the definition of raza and the definition of Chicano. But his definition is Miklo's definition. He's getting his definition from movies. And so does that warrant a phone call from LA Icon? LA Icon's gonna contact you because you're the voice of what? That's what I'm trying to understand. I don't know. That's right, Irony. I appreciate you, my boy. Boxing Jesse. That's right, Cabron. I appreciate you. Boxing. I can speak boxing for hours, Cabron. I amateur boxed for 10 years. Wait, I just had like 24 fights. I had 20. I think I lost three or four. I lost like 3 or 4, 24 fights. And so now I got LLC'd up. I got content creator series of fighting. Any YouTubers that want to step in there, and if it's not a wolf ticket, if it's not for views, because of course there's channels that just it's calling this guy out. Call every single video they're calling someone out, but they never get in the ring. But the people, I guess, don't get tired of it because they love the drama and they still click on the videos. But if a guy has for 2 years called people out and never got in the ring, yeah, right. I got some Niners, Giants flags. Oh, okay, that's right, cabron. That's right. I had the Giants flag, the Giants hat on for a little bit. Then I took it off. I had my comb hair to the side. I was like, let me slick this shit back, man. I took the Giants hat on, but Norbee's pulled up with the Dodger hat, banging on me, cabron. And I think Giants are actually in LA right now. I think they're in LA right now for a series. Miss Chicano Tube is in the building. I appreciate you, mi amor. We got some changes to the studio that are gonna be fantastic. The people trip out when the Chicano Tube Studio 3.0 comes out. It's gonna be a trip, gente. It's gonna be off the fucking chain. I love you, honey. Imagine Asians, Chinese, Filipino, or West Side Germans. We all fall into Latino, Hispanic. Damn, that's a lot of people to put in those categories. But again, Latino to me is broad. It's a broad one. Put everyone you want in there. Put the whole world in there. It don't matter. Put the whole world in there. But trying to tell a Mexican he's a German ain't gonna happen. Trying to tell a Chicano that he's Russian, that ain't gonna happen. I don't know what world that makes sense. But LA Icon, you're not. You called the wrong person. But it's all to the good. Me and LA Icon, he promoted one of the boxing fights. So shout out to LA Icon. He did. He promoted was it the EBK? I think it was the EBK boxing fight. He shared it. It was on Full Community. He put a post on there, and I think he put it in his story. So shout out to him. But on this one, respectfully, you got it wrong. And Negra, respectfully, I mean, you got your opinion. You could put everyone's a Latino, right? Russians, Jews, I guess. You could do all of that, I guess. It's a free country. So is a Pocho and Chicano the same thing? So uh no, they're not, amiga. A Pocho basically was it's not an individual identifying with, two nationalities, born in the middle like we are Chicanos. A Pocho is he's brown, but he don't speak Spanish. Or maybe it's someone from up north. I don't know. Strictly business 408. That's right. What's the word, Huelga Bird? I see you, my boy. Yeah, that last Sizzler cipher, that was it wasn't the best. And I'm talking about all the rappers. I mean, none of those verses were like made you jump out of your seat from anyone. I'm talking about NorCal or SoCal rappers. Whether it was Lazy or whether it was Lefty, it wasn't the best Sizzler cipher at all. Some people were saying, well, it's because uh, uh, they couldn't disrespect the other side. Okay, I get it. You're gonna take those out, but there's still, I don't know. I didn't feel the energy. I didn't feel, the lyrics, like banging lyrics. It wasn't one of the best ones, but they'll keep moving on. But what I do want to mention is Shimo Media. Shout out to Shimo Media. He did a poll, and he said who should the next area code come up for the Thizzler, the cipher. And guess which one won? The 831 area code got the most votes. I commented on there, and I know half of the youngsters. I don't know a lot of the youngsters. I know like half of the youngsters. And so the youngsters better come out on that Thizzler cipher and represent and go hard for the 831. I don't want to see no weak verses or low energy. You can rap without dissing the ops. Come on, youngsters. Come on. Just like if you really wanted to, you could rap without without swearing, using curse words. You can put that together. That's right. 53 Bombita. I appreciate you, cabron. That's right. The 805 is in the casa. That's right, cabron. Yeah, that's one of my favorite places. The wineries out in the 805, cabron. Chingado, man. That's one of my favorite places. Date night with the wifey. I appreciate you. Hey, gracias for hitting Chicano Street Way. Trip out on that Norbee's interview, you guys. It was 3 hours yesterday. I'm gonna get some clips, you guys, especially of like Alvin sucker punching him, and everything else. I'm gonna get those clips. You wanted me to ask him about Tony A. I asked him if Tony A offered to have you back on the podcast, would you accept? I asked him that. Do you think Tony A got it? 'Cause these are the questions you guys wanted me to ask, and I'm not gonna stray away from it. This is YouTube, you know. This is YouTube. Was Tony A did was it a wrong call? You know, to go ahead and part ways after before having all the details or letting it fizzle out at least a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that. Well, I do know now because we got the interview. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the clips up, at least 2 or 3 clips of Pinchy Norbees. And just like he said, I think he's gonna rebrand and just put all his show segments into one. Maxwell, I've been on that wave. Off that wave. Bait finesse. Okay, you guys talking fishing and shit. I don't. When I go fishing, gente, I don't even. I don't catch shit. First of all, I don't catch anything. And second of all, I just like to sit with the pole and just grab, just staring at the water and just let the old school play, the oldies play, and not even say a word, man. It's fishing is it's hella therapeutic. I guess is what I was trying to say. It's really, really therapeutic. On the Gunline podcast, that's right, my boy. What about a category for mestizo? That's what our people are, Mexican nationality and not a race. Yeah, but that's what I'm, carnal. This is what I'm saying is that all of these are labels, and we could debate these things all day long. Okay, there's gray areas when it comes to I'm this, I'm this, I'm that. You could be 10 of those things. I'm not saying that you're not, but what I'm against is non-raza trying to reinvent what's already been established, bro. It's already been established that this is not a new movement. This is an old movement. The only difference now, and my approach to it, I'm not, some kind of Cesar Chavez. It's not a Cesar Chavez channel or nothing like that. But what we did is we end up learning from their mistakes, bro. We learn from all our forefathers. We learn from their mistakes. We become independent, critical thinkers, and very proud, though, where we come from. No menospreciamos a Mexico para nada. Para nada. That's the motherland. And right here, I got deep roots and love for this country where I'm standing right now, going live. You know, appreciate you guys. Miss Chicano Tube is in it. She looks sexy as hell, too. Man, she looks sexy as hell. Raza, Spanish. Yup, getting into it. That's right. Yo, my familia would get harassed for suicide in school public. That's something that I heard from like Wayward Son back in the day. I actually went to a funeral, a buddy's funeral the other day. His dad passed. He was like a army veteran, very well respected, and is a very close friend of me and the beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife. And the dad told him that he didn't teach his own children Spanish because he didn't want his own children getting persecuted like he was. Imagine being in this country in the 1930s, 1940s, and the pinche gabachos are chasing you. They're wanting to slap you around, chase you, jump you, because you're speaking Spanish. Different times. It's 2024. That's just not flying anymore. Different times. And I am going to talk about that Sonia Massey case. I am going to talk about that. It's not a raza issue, but it's going to bring awareness to this police officer that I think crossed the line. This police officer crossed the line and should be charged with unaliving her like he is. But again, that's not a raza issue, but we'll talk about it. That's right. Good shit, my boy. My parents are both Chicanos. There you go, cabron. Don't put me down if I'm brown. Hear what I say. I'm just telling people to be proud of who you are. That's what I'm telling people. Wear it on your chest. If I was Salvadoran, I'd be a proud This would be Salvador tube. If I was Nicaraguan, I'd blast it on my chest, man. I'll blast the flag on my chest, and this would be Nicaraguan too. But it is what it is, right? This is the whole thing with identify. If you know who you are, you never have to identify as something. I don't identify as not. Identify to me when you say that, it's like you're telling me I'm confused. I'm not confused. You're not confused either. If you're tapped into this channel, maybe you're probably most likely Raza, might most likely maybe even Chicano. But wear it on your chest and don't be confused. Orale, aloha, that's right. These babosos are jumping on Adam, Clout, and what he does with the morenos, all the drama. We just have the novellas and feed the gente real shit. That's true. And you know what? And for a while, Alvin was doing that. I would say maybe not in the beginning, right? In the beginning, he just told juvenile hall stories, and then that's how he took get his views, right? And then he switched it up, and between maybe when he had 40K, 50K, it seemed to be very informative. But since then, this year, he's crashed out. This year, two things happened to him. One, he got fired from politics. People ain't talking about that. Or none of the other people that go on his chat, which there's some of you go on his chat. It's cool. It's cool. But he won't even answer those questions. Because he said he didn't get fired and the video and the paperwork showed otherwise. So two things happened to him. He got fired from politics, but yeah, he's still speaking politics. And then they hid the fact that the co-host beat up his girl. And he tried to downplay and say, well, it was just an argument. Well, it was enough to go to the county jail, and it was enough to get charged. No one's perfect, though. No one's perfect. Miss Chicano tube looking sexy as hell. I'll ask, is Pocho Chicano the same thing? Yeah, it's not, amiga. There was never a Pocho movement, but there was a Chicano movement. Again, Pocho was just, era una palabra a los que vivían en el norte, pero no saben nada de español. Maybe when they visited Mexico too. Now, some of you, I know some of you say this, right? Well, in Mexico, they don't even look at you the same. They don't even love you. They don't even. Da, da, da. I don't give a shit. Last time I went to Mexico, I was in a little plaza, beautiful little plaza, had piñatas, everything. I was buying a soccer ball for my daughter. She joined the soccer team. My daughter Gracie, and I was, in the shopping center, walking through the aisles. I was saying con permiso, con permiso, con permiso, con permiso. I was telling everyone con permiso. Motherfuckers are bumping into me. O sea, it's just their world. This is their world. I'm a visitor. I just came to eat the quesabirria. But anyways, it don't matter if they disrespected me or no one said it. Why am I saying con permiso? Con permiso, because that's the way I was raised. Well, they don't even like you over there. It's still the motherland. What are you gonna do? If you don't like your motherland, I mean, maybe for personal reasons or whatever, but something might be wrong. Something might be off in tu cabeza. What's up, Mikey? New sub. That's right. El Monte's in the casa, my boy. Hit that pinchy like. JSSB. That's right. Speaking facts. I'm just keeping it real. LA Icon should have been like, let's call Chicano Tube if we want to find out what's a Chicano. But, he said Raza, obviously calling Alvin. He's got a bad track record. First of all, when he got into it with Adam 22, he called Raza. One of them was Big Joe Castro. Shout out to Big Joe Castro. Has a hell of a story. Came from the gutter, the streets, juveniles, institutions, did everything, and now he's in Hollywood. So one of them that Alvin called was, so he did call Raza to go with him to No Jumper, but he's quick to get Raza involved and not handle things on his own. And when he's getting interviewed by someone, they'll keep saying Mexicans, the Mexicans, the Mexicans, the Mexicans. And he never once says, yeah, well, just, to keep it a buck, I'm not Mexican. So there's a complex there. There's a complex there. I don't know what the whole complex is about, to be honest with you. My kid's grandma speaks fluent Hawaiian. Shit. Sounds crazy. All right. That's right, my boy. Appreciate you, man. That's right. I've always wanted to visit Hawaii. It's on the bucket list. We're going to get over there. Man, I'm missing too much of these comments. Saludos, Mikey. You can't be Chicano if you don't have Mexican prayers. Well, here's Selena's OG dropping truth bombs. But how come LA Icon doesn't understand that? I think he's a pocho. He's a pocho. I don't know what is he. He's Mexican, right? I mean, I'm assuming his name is not Juan. No, it's not Juan. The other guy's name is Juan, right? Mike's Roll, that's feed me. That's right. Pinchy Mikey heard and feel it. I'm trying not to, bro. But you know what? Everyone that's on the channel aligns with it and fucks with me because they know what I'm saying is the truth, bro. You know, these things aren't to be argued and debated every single day. You know we don't. But when someone sent me the clip and LA Icon's like, let's call American Cholo to get what? A Central American perspective? That's cool. Let him give you a Central American. I'm not even knocking it. But that he's what? The authority on what? On Chicanismo? The last thing I thought was you had to be Chicano to know Chicano issues. But anyways. Uh-huh. Mexican parents, that's right. Salabo facts, that's right, my boy. That's hometown right there. I appreciate you, cabron. My parents brought me and my sister when I was 5 years old from Mexico. That's right. Even though I was raised in Chicano culture, I know I'm Mexican, but gotta love the culture. That's right, my boy. That's right. We wear it on our chest. We're not confused, you know, because these kids that are confused, they paint their hair 5 different colors and believe whatever they want to believe. And man, I don't even know when our parents that are my parents were born in the 30s and 40s, when that generation totally goes away, the abuelitas are gone, the Mexican cooking is gone, no one's wearing manteles anymore. Man, I hope that day doesn't come for a long, long time, man. I really do, man. What's broke the salas? That's right, my boy. Where chavalas get balas, the youngsters say. Man, I'm glad that Thizzler Cypher is going to be coming to the 831. They got some rappers out here, but to the 831 rappers, come on, bring the heat, cabron. The Zancudos are sucking the Chicano blood, profiting from our culture. Reverse the roles, and they cry rhythm. Hell, damn it. Now, even, I don't know why Adam 22, they mentioned Norbees like a week or two ago. When Cholo Juan was on there, he mentioned this guy, he derogatory terms. And then it came out to be untrue. I think he owes an apology. You know, if you say something about someone and it ends up being untrue, how about you be a man and apologize and be like, you know what, when I said that was wrong. I found out after the fact. They ain't gonna say that. Norby's was talking about Wizard of Oz. You know, what's it called? Dorothy and the little flying animals. That's what he was talking about. But guess what? If they want to do an edited clip on you, they'll do an edited clip. All you did was bring more subscribers than Norby's. Anyways, Miss Chicano too. That's right. Pinchy Norbees. I know, man. He made it home safe. I confirmed with him this morning, man. Shout out to Norbees. It was a 3-hour interview. We asked the questions you guys wanted to ask about Rhodium Radio, the split. Was it right? Was it wrong? About Alvin, the sucker punch. He gave more details that I'm not gonna say. I'll just put out the clips. And said there's rumors of criminal charges. He even said it himself. Alvin on this podcast that Cholo Juan was on, which I watched a couple seconds, but damn, I couldn't even hear anybody. You had 12 people with 12 microphones talking at the same time. Can we organize this a little bit? Come on now. But I heard him say, and then you want to press charges. I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know what he meant. But if he got charges coming, I would get his ass probably for a civil suit because, you know, he's probably going to get community service. But I'll come for that ass in civil court. Again, I'm coming from Norby's point of view. Norby's is not connected to the calles. He is not connected to none of that. When you say all of that shit, that does not pertain to Norby's at all. So, you know, you just can't go around socking people everywhere you want. I mean, what kind of mentality is that? You know what I mean? I socked someone in Cali and SoCal. I socked someone in NorCal. Then I went to Florida and I socked some dude. Then I had to go to DC and man, this guy, he had it coming. Then it's just, you see what I'm saying? Oh man, that's a trip, man. That's a trip, man. But hey, Norby's is good. He talked about the past, the present, the future, going trip out on that. I think it already had I think it has 4,000 views. And gente, what that shows me is that I'm going to invest more in sit down interviews and in the studio because of the numbers. So I appreciate you guys. We got plans for the studio coming real soon, and we got more guests coming. I'm confirming with them. So this Friday we will have congressman for District 18. That's my district. My district. This is a DC congressman. This is not a state senator, a DC congressman. Um, he's coming on the podcast. It's gonna be a good one. Let's talk about all that shit that's happening, that people are gaslighting, Sonia Massey, Jennifer Ungaray. We're talking about everything this Friday. Tune in. Punch in the chin. He did a Hulk Hogan. Yeah, he did a Hulk Hogan. Norbee said it yesterday. He did a Hulk Hogan. Maybe he just wanted to see his chest. I'm not saying he's a weirdo, but it just, who rips a person's shirt? Like, hands on the shirt, rips it like Hulk Hogan. That's what he did. But I guess he's the voice of the Raza. Anyways, y'all thinking about letting him in? I mean, when we talk politics, bro, and it's time to move the country in the right direction, everyone's included, bro. Brown, black, yellow, red, pink, purple. Everyone's included. And if he ever wants to have he won't debate me. He won't debate me because what I'm speaking will be historical facts. And what he'll be speaking is fantasy land. He's liable to come on the Pinchy podcast and tell me unicorns are flying and pigs are flying. I don't know. I don't want that to happen. So, anyways, but would I have a conversation with them? Absolutely, I would. And I'd be lying through my teeth if I said, if Adam called me, that I wouldn't go over there. Of course I would, cabrones. I would, and it wouldn't be me going. It would be the raza with me going. I would take Chicano Street to LA, and all of us would be represented there. I'm a Salvi. That's right, my boy. I grew up in South Central LA. That's right, cabron. We're just eating over there. We're in LA for a week, cabron. As far as the raza goes, I am. Hey, that's right, my boy. I appreciate you. Hey, wear it. Your raza, cabron. Again, you know what I mean. Am I gonna say, hey, you can't kick it? Hell no. Nah. Hey, you can't march? Hell no. Hey, you can't partake? No way I'm saying that. So again, to each his own. I'm from South Texas, fourth generation American, speak Spanish. Myself, Chicano, not Tejano, is the type of music. Well, that's right, Ross. I appreciate you, cabron. Gracias for tapping in. Was that pyramid paved in vibrant colors when it was first built? Orale, interesting question. I appreciate you. That's right, Ernesto. That's one of my day oneers right there. Shout out to Enrique Ledesma, that was super chatting last. Shout out to everyone that was super chatting yesterday. I was trying to hit the money button, let money rain. I hope I didn't miss any super chats, but I know you guys are doing it to help the channel continue, and that's inevitably what it does. It just keeps the channel going. Mexican grandparents, that's right. Salinas OG, I appreciate you, cabron. We're gonna wrap this one up, man. We got about 9 minutes. Let's keep it going. Salinas OG, Miss Chicano Tube, sexy as hell. I gotta go all the way down to the comments. I'm gonna miss all the middle comments. If not, I'm gonna miss a lot of people. I heard he was trying to pull down Norbee's chonis. Órale. Órale. Chingado. I don't know. But he did a Hulkamania on his, he ripped his shirt and then ran in. This is according to Norbee's. And then ran in because then he opened his eyes like, oh shit, what did I do? One of those moments like, it's like I fucked up moment. And anyone can have it. We're all human. Anyone can fuck up. But for him to wear on his chest, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. Yeah. And then he did a live the week after. I think it was called Respect the Policies. Who are you telling that to? It's like you beating up a school teacher, and then after you beat up a school teacher, you tell the school teacher, respect the policies. I swear, man. These guys thinking, I don't know where they get it from. I don't know how, they connect the dots with their line of thinking. I really don't. I really don't. But anyways, that's right, Vato Moco. That's right. Pinky already he's laughing. I tried to pull it. I don't know, cabron. I don't know. That's right. What's up to you, baby doll? Just starting. That's what's up. I appreciate you guys. Green sleeves, propaganda. That's right, cabron. All right. All right, you guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Again, thank you for tuning in. Last night was off the damn chain. I was a little bit woozy. I'm not going to lie to you. When I woke up this morning, the Bohemia, that beer is so smooth. Go and buy a sixer of Bohemia. I think it's a red label imported from Mexico. That beer, I'm gonna say this. I don't know if you're gonna like me or hate me, but it actually goes down smoother than Modelo. It's called Bohemia. So, anyways, shout out to you guys live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. The last comment of the night, and it's a good one. It's highlight worthy. Alvin in the middle of the mall chains, alienating chipmunks and Latinx worldwide. Hey, that's a good bio. That should be his bio on YouTube. All right, you guys. I'm out. I'll catch you guys. I don't know. I feel like Friday might be, and I'm a little bit tired. We're not gonna go live tonight. I feel like Friday might be a little bit far off. I might do a Chicano hour with Miss Chicano too before Friday, if she's up to it. If she's up to it, we'll do a Chicano hour with me and her before Friday. If not, we come back with Congressman Pete Hernandez, my district, Monterey County, but he oversees Santa Clara, San Benito, Monterey, and Santa Cruz in DC. We're going to talk about grimy, dirty DC level politics and how grimy and how dirty it is if you go against the grain or if you go against the machine. We'll talk about that on Friday. Plus, of course, we have to talk about the border. We'll talk about gaslight issues. Mostly, of course, Raza issues, things that pertain to you and to me. All right. Live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street, you guys. I'm out. Remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.